Rise and shine, you guys. Morning. It's August the 22nd. All right. It is technically Friday, Venus's day. All right. I got 10:21 on the clock. We're currently at 21 degrees and 46 minutes of the moon in Leo. And at the 22nd degrees of the Sabian symbol speaks about spiritual purpose. It says having a specific goal trains spiritual knowledge towards a given purpose and makes it safer and more constructive. It says claiming to be an aspect of God's message. So we're claiming to be an aspect of God's message, okay? Perhaps the best way to integrate spiritual wisdom into personality is through service. It is not an entirely necessary function of the seeker, and yet it is rare indeed to find a highly evolved person who does not gladly serve without expectation of full compensation. Often the service is through healing, teaching, and or guidance. All right. I've got Oracle of the Radiant Sun out here, Kipper, the Answer Oracle Tea Leaf, and I also have the Radiant Rider Waite Tarot deck. Rise and shine, sweetness. All right, let's get into this. It's a carrier pigeon fulfilling its mission. So if you're supposed to be some sort of spiritual teacher or being part of like on your purpose, all right, to claim, be an aspect of God's message. Let's see what comes through in today's energy. I'm just going to quickly do one spread, see what comes out. I've got the Chariot here, Cancer's energy. All right. So definitely showing that you are on your purpose here. All right. Going in the right direction. I see the Eight of Cups. All right. So you recently just walked away from a situation that emotionally did not serve you any longer. Withdrew from that. And now it looks like you're opening yourself up to showing love elsewhere. Knight of Cups. All right. The Eight of Wands, there may have been like a sudden change in the energy overall. It looks like you're overcoming some sort of mental entrapment, all right, with the Eight of Swords here. And then I'm also seeing 888. I got the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Swords, all right. And then in the near future, the Four of Swords. You're going to have to more so rest, rejuvenate, all right. There could definitely be a period of healing that needs to take place overall, or this is your purpose here, to be a spiritual messenger, to help others overcome the energy of mental entrapment and to help others heal as you walk away from something that emotionally doesn't serve you and open yourself up, your heart space up to something else. All right, so this definitely shows me you being of service in some sort of way. Let's see what's surrounding the energy in your environment. I'm seeing the Devil. All right, so there's definitely some toxicity, whether this is someone that is in the energy of egotism, of pride. It could be those that are associated to alcohol and or drug problems. All right, helping others overcome sort of negative attachment in their lives. And then I'm seeing Queen of Cups. All right, so this is someone that should be a little bit more loving, compassionate, kind, gentle. All right, and the energy of comfort and willing to open up to love. All right, the Nine of Cups is here, and I also see the Five of Cups. So there could be a sense of overcoming some sort of grievance overall, because you are emotionally withdrawing from something and opening up your heart space more so to, I would imagine spirituality. The Nine of Cups is a Jupiter in Pisces energy, okay? It definitely shows some sort of wish fulfillment for you coming through, but it's coming through as a hope and fear. So let's just clarify this Nine of Cups really quickly, because I definitely see the shift that's taking place. I'm seeing the Four of Wands. So this could be showing love in the home environment or to the community, or again, spreading God's message, okay, of expressing love and doing this for work. Eight of Pentacles. All right, the Four of Pentacles here just shows that you're holding on to some sort of purpose, some sort of accomplishment. All right. Let's see what else we need to see here. I see the Ace of Swords, so you could definitely be like some sort of public speaker here. You do something creatively with the Queen of Wands. All right, being very confident, having a specific purpose. All right, spreading out God's message. You could be an example to a child. I see Queen of Wands to the Page of Wands as well. And I see someone that deals with lots of rejection with the Four of Cups. All right, so this is how to overcome some sort of emotional imbalance, okay? not being open to love or spreading the energy of love. Nine of Pentacles here. So it kind of gives me this energy of remaining very much grounded in the energy of what you put in is what you get back. Right? If you've done this part already of your journey, I definitely see you finally coming in and reaping some sort of reward for what it is that you do. Rise and shine, you guys. All right. I see the Five of Pentacles. You might want to focus on saving resources at this time so that you have some for the near future. All right, and I also see here the Page of Pentacles. You might be limited right now, or you should be focusing more so on some sort of skill that you do for work or looking for work. All right, let's see. I see the Two of Cups here, and I also see the energy of the Ten of Wands. So you could be dealing with some sort of burden when it comes to a soulmate connection overall, trying to figure out how to work through this situation. All right, yeah, there could definitely be lots of fighting here with this Five of Wands energy. There could be some sort of challenge that you're trying to overcome in connection with this soulmate. All right, I see you possibly going back and forth or needing to make a choice with the Two of Pentacles and what direction you're going in, involving what you do for work. So if this is something closing out and where you seem to be a healer, it basically brings you from a sense of independence to having to save more because you're going to be feeling like you're limited on resources. And if you feel burdened in connection to a soulmate connection that you're fighting with here, it looks like the adapting to change is going to be you focusing in on your work path. All right, let's see here. Ten of Cups, this is going to be something that brings you in a sense of emotional balance overall. Once you feel that you've overcome this hurdle, whatever this is, that feels like there's a delay. All right, with the Knight of Pentacles. And I see you moving on to the next thing with the Six of Swords. You're possibly going to be traveling here. All right, or choosing to travel. Maybe something that you do involves traveling here. All right, you might have some sort of fear that you need to face in this connection to the moon. All right, maybe you are unknown right now in what direction you're going to be going in here, but you're definitely going to be picking up in a sense of assertiveness, possibly with, I don't know if this is an inheritance that's waiting to come in, or this could be some sort of involvement with a child or a situation from the past overall. All right, let's see. Welcome in, you guys. I see the King of Pentacles here. This could definitely be seen as someone that is a protector, a provider, a mentor in some sort of way. Could definitely be seen as someone very stable. All right, this person's watching here. I see the energy of the sun. All right, and this person definitely having some sort of victory. So there's the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in your energy, in which is watching in on your happiness or watching in on how you are helping. I feel a child is in this energy. I see this child sitting on this like unicorn horse. So this could definitely be like a female child or just be a son as well. All right, someone's son. Something being publicly seen in having some sort of victory here. So if this is you overcoming some sort of hurdle and being afraid to move forward past the unknown and you remaining assertive, some sort of situation from the past is coming back around. If this is like an old boss, if they're watching in on your happiness and seeing how much of victory you've had, all right, or this could just be overall someone coming back in with the opportunity. You might be closed off to this person is coming through as the Queen of Swords. I definitely see someone that you've invested with previously, or you may seem to be more invested in whatever this spiritual journey is. I'm seeing it come out with Temperance. Something keeps you in a sense of balance or healing, all right? Whatever this manifestation is, it looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I get Temperance, Magician, and Empress. There's something that you invested in and that what you want to see grow. You could be some sort of healer here or manifesting that way. All right, you're seen as coming through very grounded, very valuable to this person, or this could just be you and your own energy. All right, I would imagine this is someone else that doesn't want to let you go. They see your value, whoever this King of Pentacles is. All right, they see your value. They're not going to want to let you go. They see that you've had some sort of achievement here. The Five of Swords, you could be dealing with some sort of mental conflict. Maybe you're up late at night, you're not able to sleep, you're overthinking situations because of how you've previously been attacked, but you're going to gain perspective of why this has all taken place because there's some sort of stability that's meant to come your way, or this is where you're going to shift your focus. Once you become stable, everything else resolves your problem. It looks like money resolves your problem. Okay, that's what it looks like. I like that. So this is like a brand new beginning here with the Fool card. All right, we've got the Hermit here overall. You could feel like you're going through the dark night of the soul. It's probably because there's so much intensity in the energy, and where it's showing that you're going down a path where you need to step up and be in your own power, with the Emperor being here.
Oh my fucking.
So I feel that there's a sense of like a father figure energy here watching you or guiding you here on this unknown path with the Fool card. This could definitely be seen Virgo and or a Gemini energy. They want you to make the right choices, or they're guiding you to make the right choices. All right, there's something that's going to be reciprocated in your favor. I see the Six of Pentacles. So if you're afraid of how you're going to be attaining resources because you're ending out one thing that you've been working on and emotionally withdrawing from that and focusing and or shifting your energy to something else, they're going to guide you to what you need to be led to. All right, so I'm seeing Aquarius, Aries, Virgo, Gemini, Taurus. All right, if you're coming together with a specific lover, your specific lover is coming in with some sort of support, gift, and or resource to help you overcome hard times. So this is possibly what's stressing you out at this time. You feel attacked, but the minute that you gain perspective of who's supporting you, the Ten of Pentacles could even be family. All right, I'm seeing that energy overall shift for you. So if you're like having difficulties with finding work, or where you have I don't know, there's a child involved in something in here. I don't know what's going on. There's something that you need to defend yourself from. Going down the wrong path is how I'm hearing it. Yeah, something that's possibly already ended with the World card. All right, like defend yourself, continue moving forward. It's possibly that you've ended some sort of connection to a marriage or something that you may have been committed to that's traditional. I'm seeing a Hierophant here. It could be some sort of organization, institution, something that was leading you down the wrong path. It looks like you're waiting for some sort of ships to come in, or you're making progress in the direction because you ended something that you were supposed to defend and or protect yourself from. All right, let's see. I'm seeing the King of Wands come out here, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. I see King of Swords as well, with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. These both can be like public speakers. The King of Wands is very knowledgeable. The King of Swords is very smart, concentrated, all right, isn't afraid to say what needs to be said. Very stern energy here. And the Ace of Wands, this could definitely be connected to some sort of passion that you have in your spiritual ascension is how I'm hearing it, or this is going to be someone that you reconcile with in part of a new project. All right, the Ace of Pentacles is given like a brand new project or something like this. All right, I see that being celebratory after a very difficult time in your life here. You're going to start collaborating, possibly with new alliances, those that I would imagine have more of a connection in which direction you're choosing to go in here. All right, I see Three of Cups and Three of Pentacles. It's given like a very authoritative, intuitive type of messenger energy here. All right, after feeling mentally distraught about some sort of ending. Okay, I see the Queen of Pentacles. So again, I feel like the shift happens to be where your resources are at hand here. All right, I see the High Priestess with the Nine of spiritual strength surrounding you at this time. If you have anything regarding bringing balance in, or feeling like you're going through some sort of separation in marriage, all right, you're going to be very strong moving through this emotionally. I see the Ace of Cups with Justice to the Strength card over some sort of specific ending with a water sign energy. Someone that was very deceptive and or was contradicting the energy of your destined path. All right. I see Three of Swords, the Death card. That's definitely done with this King of Cups person. It would have been like having to strategize how to overcome this so that you are on your destined path. There could have been some sort of confusion here, all right, with the energy of the Seven of Cups to the Tower and to the Star card here as well. It's like, have hope and faith that the destined path that you're on right now is exactly where you need to be. That's what it feels like. All right, let's move on. All right, you guys, let's get into the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. So in today's energy for transits, we are with the moon in Leo all day. We do have the sun moving into Virgo. at 4:34 p.m. I'm seeing Mercury with a biquintile over to the North Node in Pisces. Mercury still in its pole shadow in the sign of Leo. We've got Venus in Cancer at a square over to Chiron in Aries. So that could definitely be where you feel that emotionally you're detaching from something that you're overcoming some sort of core wound with. It's going to bring like in some tension. I'm seeing the moon in Leo with a sesquiquadrate over to Neptune that's in retrograde in Aries. I see a quincunx energy just causes discord with the energy of your North Node, meaning this is your destined path. All right, so if something shifts, it just means that you're going to emotionally feel this. All right, because we're with the North Node in Pisces. I definitely see the biquintile to Saturn that's retrograde in Aries, a semi-square to Mars in Libra. I'm seeing the biquintile to Neptune in Aries, that's in retrograde, a semi-sextile to Venus in Cancer, and also the trine over to Chiron in Aries. So wherever you feel that emotionally you're having tension with that core wound, by later on this evening, we're going to be seeing the moon in Leo with a trine over to Chiron Aries, and this is heavy in like fire energy. So something feels more radiant or more powerful where you feel that you've overcome some sort of core wound. Okay, let's see. Welcome in, you guys. I see Venus in Cancer being very significant today's energy with the square over to Chiron Aries. All right. So it means that this is like the birth of something new being here. Again, Leo at the 22nd degree is speaking more so about spiritual purpose. And today being with the sun in Leo, closing out this chapter, it could be opening you up to something that's more significant for your path, moving that. We're going into like Virgo's energy. It's all about being of service to other people, hard work, being more effective, analytical, efficient, organized. It's more so like a perfectionist type of energy. I see Leo at 30 degrees and where we are right now, speaking about an unsealed letter. It says, the universality of knowledge. Secrets can only remain secrets for a while, and all that is known by one will eventually be known by all. Confidence arising from spiritual integrity. It says, our artworks, whether carved in marble or as momentary charming gestures of personality, or as letters written and sent into the world, our words and even our unspoken thoughts are all contributors to the totality of our glorious life messages. At least on the most subtle levels of reality, these cannot be kept to ourselves and hidden from the world indefinitely. We are all connected. We are all one together, and every little aspect of who we are and what we have thought is done, or that is done, is eventually revealed. All right, so something that you've created, that you birthed new, obviously, it's going to show that you've had some sort of core wound that you've been overcoming. And I see that still meaning like there's tension there because we're having this big shift moving into Virgo's energy. All right, tomorrow is the new moon in Virgo. So again, this is opening you up to a new portal of work, hard work. And once again, it's on your day-to-day routines. Okay. I see Mars in Pisces. So this could be a situation in which you are escaping from. Could definitely be where you're sacrificing and or devoting way too much for others. So you're going to be birthing something new. All right. So as I was feeling the energy of a child, that's what I feel this is. There could be like the birth of something new heading on this pathway in which you may feel that at one point you've already fulfilled something here. And it could have been that you fulfilled your spiritual journey. I'm seeing the 9th and the 12th houses, which are both about spirituality. All right. So there was something that you gained knowledge about. It's kind of like you're moving on to the next level with whatever this is. When in Virgo, it's like bringing order into your life, or order into the workplace, or order into the way that you remain healthy. All right. With your physical health. All right. I'm seeing the 6th house, 9th house, 12th house, heavy mutable energies. And we are in this mutable moon cycle. All right. So this new moon in Virgo is taking place. We'll see the first quarter moon take place. I believe it's on the 31st. In the sign of Sagittarius. Moon in Sagittarius requires for you to be optimistic. We'll then see the full moon lunar eclipse that takes place in Pisces on the 7th of September. And then we'll see the last quarter moon in Gemini on September the 14th. That doesn't necessarily mean we're closing out this portal here, but typically when we see the new moon partial solar eclipse that's happening in Virgo on the 21st of September, it's going to be where by then we should have order, all right, in our lives with something that you feel brings you a sense of fulfillment, all right, and escaping you being connected to anything else that you've been sacrificing for as you focus on birthing something new. There could be a lot of criticism overall in the work environment or whatever it is that you're choosing to do here. Mars was in Virgo. We're finally with Mars in Libra. We moved in, I want to say it was at the beginning of August. Yeah, August the 6th. All right, so there's been this shift of overcoming how you've been criticized and what you do for work, or the path that you've been on at this time. Or this is the reason why you have to bring a shift into your life, is because people are criticizing the work that you do. So you choose to do or birth something new. All right, I see the moon in Aquarius here. Full moon in Aquarius took place here in August. So there was a sense of you moving forward and or bringing this energy of doing something independently. All right, not having some sort of attachment to someone else. All right, someone else's pathway, whatever that may be. All right, let's see. Jupiter in Capricorn's energy. This is about you adapting to changes and taking control of your own responsibilities. I see the moon in Capricorn here as well, just learning how to live more of a practical life and on your own destined path. All right. And how to influence others that are surrounding you at this time as well, with Mercury in the sign of Libra. All right, let's see what's going on. Manipulation is here. All right, so I see Jupiter in Scorpio. It could be that you have a sense of knowledge in how to pry out other people's secrets, and someone feels that you do this restlessly. Okay. Mercury in Aries energy could definitely be a bit impulsive at times, receiving some sort of information. And then I also see here you having some sort of achievement with that. I got 10th house out here 3 times. And I have heavy mutable energies. Yes, Milo. Give me 1 second, you guys. So I see you having some specific achievement here overall. All right, Mars and Gemini. This is the energy of that 9 of Swords. So if something keeps you feeling entrapped in a mind state where you have fear, or there's something that stresses you out, or there's a sense of depression, anxiety, all right, this is something that you're going to be releasing yourself from overall. All right, it's basically you making a decision whether you're moving on from this or you're staying. All right, it looks like there seems to be some sort of domination energy going on here with your spiritual values. I'm seeing Mars in the sign of Sagittarius. There could be some sort of competitiveness in what others believe to be true and whatever your philosophy is in life. All right. And then whatever it is that you're putting out in the public eye, there may be some sort of controversy, whether this is something that's going to be leading towards someone's purpose. All right. Or this is where I feel the criticism is coming from. Because if you do something independently and you feel that you're bringing order into your life or order into a specific workplace because you fulfilled your journey, this is about you choosing whether you want to escape from this or you want to continue moving forward because you've already achieved some sort of goal here. That's what this feels like. All right. I see the moon in Aries, which is a heavy protection energy. So protecting the energy of children is here as well. I see that. All right. I see the tiger. So I don't know if the tiger is going to be of significance for you. I don't know. I said tiger and I thought about like Frosted Flakes. Okay. This is weird. A weird kind of message. I don't know. All right. And I see Mercury in Scorpio. So there is some sort of like news of death or the news of something ending. So that something transforms in your energy, meaning emotionally you're overcoming something that may feel, I don't know. I'm hearing like, I'm looking at the moon energy here, hold on, give me 1 second. An order of protection being here with the energy of the moon. And I also see independence. All right. So if you're receiving some sort of order of protection, I see it being how if you're moving forward independently in your practical life, this is something that you feel that you can continue moving forward with. All right. It feels like a spiritual protection type of energy where you know that there's been some sort of manipulation and you having to believe something that was being criticized on your pathway of what you do for work or how you're supposed to be spreading knowledge about your philosophy in life, your beliefs, okay? Whatever that may be. So the decision that you've made and how something has publicly come out to be, oh, well, this person knows about all my secrets. You know what I mean? The manipulation, it comes through the energy of extreme. All right. And it comes through as a way of trying to scare you off of doing something and or putting something in the public eye. All right. So let's just move forward. I see lots of like moon energy over here. So emotionally, you can feel like I need an order of protection here. Because if I'm doing this independently and this is part of my practical life and I'm involved in something that has a lot to do with spirituality, there could be this energy of feeling controlled, all right, by others seeing you as being the manipulative one and putting something in the public eye, then they can come off to be a bit extreme. All right. I like this. Originality is here, and I see speculation. So somebody speculates whether you're actually doing something out of originality. If obviously, if it's saying that we're here at the Sun in Leo at 30 degrees, all right, and we were looking at earlier, what was it? The 1 second. We were looking earlier at the 22nd degree and where the moon is right now. You have a spiritual purpose. All right, you were here on to do something. All right, to bring some sort of connection to your spirituality. So I don't care if there's been some sort of speculation or criticism in what you do for work. It doesn't matter. All right, obviously you've been on this path because you were destined to be here. That's what it's saying. All right, you were destined to be here and or do something. Saturn and Taurus, other people are going to be looking at you as um, the walking bag of money is what it looks like. All right, Saturn and Taurus, they're trying to put some sort of restriction on your resources or your finances, and this is the reason why I feel someone is telling you to get prepared to go through times of hardship, so start saving your money. All right, because there could be this energy of feeling like you owe debt, or you are, overcoming some sort of transformation that's going to take some sort of time to adapt to the changes and make that shift. All right. This lunar eclipse that's taking place here with this full moon in Pisces that's coming up on September 7th is going to affect mostly Aquarius's energy, because that's Aquarius's second house, okay, of resources. So I just want to make that very clear that I have this full moon coming out of Aquarius in the month of August and shifting into Aquarius's second house. So make sure you're like limiting what you're spending money on at this time. All right, something's going to require a lot of concentration in your energy right now, especially if you're in this isolated mode and where you're receiving some sort of messages or doing some sort of studying. All right, I see Venus in Taurus, and I also see Mercury in the sign of Leo. So I believe that we had the conjunction yesterday, Mercury in Leo with the moon in Leo. All right, so there could have been there's this energy of the Mercury retrograde phase still happening up until the 25th, where people are returning from the past, or you feel that you're double checking certain information, your documents and things like that. All right, or it could be people returning from the past that are romantic partners that you feel you've had some sort of drama with. Okay, so just be careful that you're remaining concentrated on things that you've already overcome and or portals that you have already closed out. All right, and remaining devoted to this partnership or relationship that you're currently in right now with your spirituality. All right. All right. That's when your inheritance is coming in. All right. You've got some sort of inheritance coming your way. Who is Mars in the sign of Libra in the 8th house? Is that Capricorn? No. That gotta be like Aquarius, isn't it? I'm thinking this is Piscean energy. Alright. Let's just see what's going on. I feel like there's a lot of harmony coming in with this conventional type of relationship that you have with whatever this organization is. And I feel like they're trying to send you some sort of gift, but people continue to criticize you on the pathway that you're on. So it's like in speculation, is this is actually, something that this person is doing that's original or not. It feels like you're dominating. There's I'm telling you, a lot of discrimination going on right now in the workplace. I don't feel like you have to prove yourself to anybody. It's because you know exactly what you were destined here to do, or the message, God's message that you were supposed to put out. It's just a lot of discrimination and a lot of ego and pride in the energy overall. All right. So if you can move past that and continue moving forward with the vision, all right, of your purpose here, you should be fine. There's just going to be dealing with lots of quarrel. All right, lots of quarrels. So if it's involving money, be sure you're saving at this time. If it's you birthing something new and choosing to escape whatever this is because you feel a sense of fulfillment and you feel that you're being criticized or discriminated, or there's a lot of egotism in the energy, lots of quarrels, lots of speculation, all right, lots of manipulation happening surrounding your energy emotionally, I feel like you're going to need some sort of order or protection. And this is spirit coming through and saying, listen, if you decide to stay on this path, we've got your back. All right. There's a sense of control surrounding those that are influencing your pathway and where you were sent here to do something restlessly. All right. There's harmony and compatibility with the organization that you're with. All right. So that's how your inheritances end up coming through. I know Spirit blessed me yesterday. Spiritually, I felt like, thank God, right? Like everything happened and came through exactly as it has should have. All right. So this has a lot to do with you focusing in on building some sort of enterprise or having some sort of brand new beginning, or utilizing your knowledge to have a brand new start in the way that you're presenting yourself. Aries is the first house, okay? So it has a lot to do with like your appearance, or um, how you're presenting yourself out to the world in any way. All right. Welcome in, you guys. He said, I have a God order protection. All right, so you're very intuitive here. I've got intuition. All right, I see indecision and I see enthusiasm. So do you feel that you're on the wrong journey here, or you feel like a little bit defensive, whether you want to go down this pathway or not? All right. Exaltation. I don't feel there's anything you need to worry about. The moon in Taurus is coming through. This is the Six of Pentacles in tarot, and it shows that you're being blessed with some sort of gift, all right, or however it is that you're being reciprocated. It could definitely be through resources or things that you actually need to get by, all right, so that you remain on whatever this journey is. Okay. I feel like there is a lot of energy of feeling pressed about money. I don't think you need to be that way. Okay. You'll be fine. Trust me, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. All right, let's get into the next spread, you guys. So I just want to take a look really quickly for the 22nd. So the Mercury biquintal North Node energy is going to be right around 10 p.m. And then I see the Venus square Chiron energies at 10:29 p.m. All right, so the tension that's going to come in and what you're birthing new and how you're overcoming some sort of core wound is not happening until late this evening. All right, let's see. Let's get into Kipper. See what's going on. See what's going on. Sudden wealth is here. All right, so this could feel like you're in alignment again with whatever it is that you need, or however your wealth is meant to come through. Somebody could be hitting like the jackpot, all right, or feeling that way, feeling like your spiritual blessings are coming in. I see privileged lady here. Energy. All right. There could be some sort of winnings that are heading your way, or however it is that you're receiving some sort of gift. It looks like it comes through possibly unexpectedly through work, toil, and labor. All right. I don't know. Something feels like it's golden. Like it's golden. Great fortune. My goodness. I'm like, geez. Right? Like sudden wealth, privileged lady, toil and labor, great fortune. It feels like you're hitting the jackpot with something. All right. It's like this is your time to shine is how I'm hearing it. It kind of feels like this is the moment that you've been waiting for. Something like this. All right. And then there's this change. So it kind of feels like you've had some sort of victory here in the workplace. You've received some sort of great fortune for it. And now something is changing in the energy. Let's see what this is. I see poverty. So this is what I'm saying. There's going to be a shift in the energy, and where you feel like you need to save on whatever resources have come your way. All right. So you don't want to leave yourself here to feel that you have nothing. I see the house. All right. So you could literally be left out in the cold from a home or from some sort of organization. Maybe someone has turned their back. They no longer want to work with you. And this is what you're emotionally overcoming after feeling like you've received some sort of, victory here. Okay. So as I was speaking about the alignment of Leo's energy in tarot, and when we moved into the first decan of Leo season in tarot, it's the Five of Wands. It's like you're being challenged for something here, and then you go into the Six of Wands and you have this victory. The last decan and where we currently are today is closing out this cycle of the Seven of Wands, and where you feel like you heavily need to protect your energy. Is this something worth fighting for? If you feel like you've already have an achievement or had some sort of recognition or fame and whatever this is, it feels like whatever you were doing for work, all right, in this workplace, it may feel that they've left you out in the cold, like you don't no longer belong there, type of energy. Okay, yeah, like bad health. Maybe you've noticed this isn't the workplace for me. I no longer want to be here. All right, and then looking to change something that you do. All right, or you can choose to stay. All right, it just depends on, is it worth really fighting for? All right, so there's a message of concern here. Again, you're concerned about your resources, about how you're going to be receiving some sort of fortune coming your way. And let's just see. I see it coming through the mature man. So it's like, if you have faith and this is the purpose that you're supposed to be on here and spreading God's message, for me, this is like God's card in this deck. All right. It would be like, don't worry. You could be changing locations, or spirit is taking you away from a situation where you feel that it's been difficult for you to overcome some sort of winnings or whatever this is. All right. Taking you out of a sense of poverty or feeling that way. It's like you're going to change locations, and then this wealthy man comes in. All right, let's see. Yeah, unexpected income. So it kind of feels like you get some sort of blessing here. All right, the concern about this is what? You're concerned about this gift. All right, in connection to the family room. Is someone like offering you, obviously, if someone's putting you out of a workplace, or someone offering you like a home or whatever this is, I don't know. All right, the community and marriage, and the main male false person. So this is like, if you've been in some sort of courtship, or you've been committed in marriage, they would want you to walk away from this person in order for you to receive whatever this gift is of unexpected income. Okay, let's see. So there's a major concern, and the concern would be obviously you needing to make a decision here, right? Let's see. The main female is here. The journey, see, there's a main female that's specifically on this journey for a reason. It's like, you're God's messenger. All right, the coffin card is like, are you ending this journey that you've been on? In the near future, what takes place in the distant horizon? It looks like something's taken from you. The thief card from this mature woman. All right, something was taken from you. That's what's being adjudicated overall. And I see the false person coming through earlier as the main male, being connected now with the lover. So this could be you being with the false person in love, all right, in marriage, being committed to something else. This could be like the father of your child. Okay, so I feel like a child is of significance here. Let's see. I feel like Spirit is also trying to decipher whether you actually belong here. All right, if you were in love with someone and you weren't committed in marriage to this person, and this is someone that you have children with, this could definitely be part of spiritual values. All right, the official person, and imprisonment, high honor, and expectation of. I would imagine that the official person, let's just say this is someone that has a position of authority, right? It's like keeping you in a sense of imprisonment after going down this journey of being in high honor for so long. What was expected to come through was some sort of letter stating, hey, you're going to be in courtship on this specific pathway, and maybe things don't work out in that way. Something was either taken from a mature woman overall, and that's what's being adjudicated, and this is how you receive some sort of sudden wealth. I don't know, but it just depends on whether you're with this main male in this family room or not, or are you riding out with the energy of the community, because the community are the ones that have been keeping you in this energy of despair, meaning unemployed or limited in resources, or however it was that you were receiving your sudden wealth. Okay, so then there's this sort of courtship, and courthouse issue, in which what you do for your occupation. All right, so it's like spiritual court. You're going to spiritual court here and saying, listen, well, if you've divorced from the person that you were committed to, and the person that was providing you, it was coming through earlier as the King of Pentacles, the one that is the protector, the provider, the one that is seen to be on your pathway here to provide you the resources while you're going down the spiritual path. You're going apparently up against a mature woman here, and someone that has taken from you. All right, or there's a sense of loss in this direction, and where you've been imprisoned by this official person. This could be like a judge, okay, and where you've actually been on this honorable journey here, and what you've been expecting is to come together in a family room with this main male. But the community then says, well, if you're with this main male, then guess what? We leave you out without a job. The courthouse is saying you no longer belong here in this occupation. You can move on. And that's where you have to choose to change locations and do something else for work. That's what I feel this major shift is happening here. All right, so the portal closing out from you being connected to source, the energy of the sun, right? We're in the season of Leo. By later on today, what was it, 4:24 p.m., we're shifting into the sun in Virgo. Speaks about how you're being of service. All right, Virgo is technically seen as the Virgin Mary. Lots of spiritual work, being analytical. This could be you working for someone. All right, them needing the energy of your, I don't know, I'm hearing like data. All right, like you being collecting some sort of data, or being seen as the right hand person to this mature man. Let's just say that you're working for God as God's messenger. All right, this will be like a shift taking place, whether you're going to stick with the person that you're committed to as your lover here in the 3D, or are you going to be ascending to the next level of being like God's messenger to source and being of service in that way. All right, so major shift taking place today. All right, let's see. I see definitely lots of speculation in the chat, but I'm not going to pay mind to it because I know what I'm picking up on here. Highly intuitive. I'm highly protected. All right. But I'm hoping that there's positivity overall in the collective overall. So let's pray for that. Let's see here. I see good advice from a wise person here with the owl coming out. I see plenty of material things with this bowl here. All right, I see affairs with family. All right, so definitely family involved. I've got spiritual guidance and protection from harm, so you definitely have spiritual protection. All right, I see new job and or new career. I see you receiving this gift. I see a period of frustration and where there was a lesson that had to be learned. Clearly, it's coming out under plenty of material things. So if there was someone that was in connection to you that you had lots of material things, you're going to have to start limiting down on what it was that you had in order for you to receive this gift. And the gift for me would be where you're like having this new spiritual job, okay? Something was more so a temporary situation and affairs with this family here. And I'm also seeing great happiness in connection to you having spiritual guidance and protection from harm. All right. And then I see here strong emotion, passionate love, and or turning to hate or vice versa in connection to this workplace or whatever you're going to be doing for your career. All right. It says someone that you know is undependable and sincere. This could have really hurt you emotionally and where you had to withdraw from this person. All right. Maybe there was a period of frustration that you were dealing with this person with resources. All right, and there could have been some sort of disagreement or this person discriminating you in whatever way of what you chose to do for work. And it says not to worry, you're going to be taken care of in difficult times. Okay, so let's see. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. So if you've been dealing with temporary situations with this affairs with family, the minute that you go down the pathway and find your money, it's already there waiting for you is what it feels like. All right, so they want you to pay attention to your work. Spiritual guidance is here, obviously saying that you're going to be in this energy of great happiness and all of those strong emotions that you've had and where passionate love has turned to hate or vice versa. All right, it looks like it had a lot to do with a younger man, which has to be with some sort of male energy. Okay. It says take care because enemies are working against you. So anybody that tries to take you off your path, understand where you're being protected here. Okay, I'm going to split the deck in connection to your psychic abilities. However it is that you're receiving your messages, all right, just know that people are probably not too happy that you have the ability to either pry out other people's secrets, okay? They don't like the fact that you're receiving your messages directly from source. They don't like the fact that you're being offered some sort of abundance or some sort of gift that comes in after you detach from someone that was undependable or insincere or however it is that you're seeing your abundance come through, whatever way that is. Right? I like this energy a lot. It feels positive. It feels very positive. I don't feel like there's fear here. That's just to kind of like mess with your mental to make you feel that you're on the wrong path. All right, let's see. I'm gonna pull from the other side of this deck here. Let's see what comes through. So it's like if you've received your son and wealth and you've had all this privileged lady energy and you were connected to a lot of material things, it's like don't be afraid to disconnect from that for whatever, however long.
You really look at the steps.
I didn't see it. Was it inside the shoe? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I see great worry over nothing. The will card just popped out again. All right, I see beware of greed. So again, keep yourself limited in situations that you know you don't have enough money for. It says you're protected from negative forces that are beyond your control. And I see they're warning you about a problem either now or in the near future. All right, it says use your intuition to make beneficial changes on your pathway. And it says to pay attention to your health as well as we step into Virgo season. All right, so your mind, your body, and your spirit should be in equilibrium overall, meaning that you're in alignment. There's going to be a lot of work coming up ahead, a lot of achievement, a lot of success. I'm seeing here sorrow over a loss. All right, so you're going to be overcoming some sort of loss through you focusing more so on your achievements and where you find to be success. There was a chain of events that have affected your life overall. It says here someone has left your life, all right, with the chair empty. And I see November being of significance. So this could have been a Scorpio and or a Sagittarian energy. Let's see what's going on. So the key here is reminding me of Chiron's energy overall, and where we see Venus in Cancer at a square over to Chiron in Aries today. I believe Chiron in Aries is at, let's take a look. 26 degrees and 56 minutes, and where we're going to see the square over to Venus in Cancer. So we're looking at the 27th degree of Aries. Let me just take a look at what this is. Somebody smells real good.
Cheap.
That's your perfume, cheapy cheap. So it says a lost opportunity is regained in the imagination. So something that you felt that was part of your ideals is what it's saying. It's re-evaluate is. Wow. Cheap, that was a lot of hair you cut off. I see some sort of problem that needs to be resolved here. A change for the better. So whatever the chain of events were that were affecting your life, and however you've been warned of this problem either now or in the near future, this is what you're overcoming and how it's connected to the sorrow that you've dealt with. It's been a lot of depression and or some sort of ill health. I'm keep seeing the 9 of Swords, and where you felt that you had a sense of entrapment, and that came out at the very beginning when we saw the 888. We saw the 8 of Cups with the 8 of Wands to the 8 of Swords. Okay. It says time to go out and have fun overall. So I feel like you releasing yourself from whatever that is. It says you're highly thought of. So you could be seen as a very important person or very knowledgeable about something here, and where you know what destined path, even if it feels like you're indecisive about it, just know that don't be too attached to greed, all right? Know that you're protected from negative forces, even if you're being warned about how to utilize the energy of your intuition. This is moving you forward and how you should be paying attention to your health and what you do for work and the effects of the changes that have happened in your life with someone walking away, all right? I like this. All right, let's see. Let's get into Answer Oracle.
Ow!
Jake, let me smell you.
Ow!
It's because he's scratching her. Because she's bothering him. He's scratching her. Let's see, you guys. The Answer Oracle. So if you have any type of question and you want to seek out an answer for that question, just say it in your mind. See what we'll come up here with. Thank you, Brenda. It's like, make your wishes.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah.
So we've got the gossip card here with, again, I feel like there may have been some sort of speculation or slander or rumors going around, possibly in the workplace, and connected to like your spiritual values or whatever that may have been. I see here treatment. All right, so going through and how you were healing from something or repairing something in your life All right, or this could be the rumors going around right now and how you're going to repair your life after dealing with some sort of detachment energy or detaching from someone leaving your life. All right, it's going to show through courage and bravery, all right, through your brilliance that you are not afraid to go through on this adventure. All right, especially when it is connected to a father figure. All right, let's see. If this is part of you speaking God's message, all right, there's been a lot of speculation in how you've been healing. This adventure has led you to be actually a teacher. Okay. And there's a big like anniversary coming up. It feels like some sort of celebration and a very important day coming through here. All right, so I feel that if this is you being connected to source, this could have been like the 8-8 portal, and where we just saw all those eights in the very beginning. That's significance of like you opening up to your spiritual journey. All right, and being very much in alignment with that. Yeah, it's giving you some sort of like wake up call or the signal that you're on the right path, and how things around you have been more so manipulated by those that were creating rumors and or gossip about you. You've strategized on how to get past this because it looks like you're finally overcoming this sense of treatment. All right. You know your worth, you know your value, you know that your efforts are going to be rewarded in time. All right. And that's because you've shown courage and bravery moving forward in this connection. All right. There was something that feels empty right now, but it's going to give you a sense of cleaning up your life or removing things that no longer serve you, is what it feels like. And I see you now being committed with this green card to, I would imagine, to your spiritual journey. All right, the bond that you have created with this father figure overall. And if you're choosing to escape, all right, or run away from this, it's because it no longer serves you. It's not part of your philosophy in life. It's not part of your belief system. And that's okay, right? You chose to switch some things up or change some things up on your journey here. All right. So you've remained flexible. This is definitely mutable energy, flexible, adaptable, versatile, and whatever was making you feel like your life was like kind of bending but not breaking, it's like you were allowing things to shift with grace. That's the way it's coming through. All right, so there's definitely this letter, and where we saw the sun at 30 degrees. Let me just go back really quickly and read this again. So the Sabian symbol is an unsealed letter. So this could have been a message you saying, like, you know, God, again, I'm putting you first above all, okay? All right, whether this feels like you just want to write a text message in your phone, and obviously you're going to speak this out to the universe, right? And say what it is that you feel you need to say. I feel like Spirit is just inviting you in with open arms. It feels positive. All right, yeah. It's like, don't worry, I've received your letter. I know that you love me. I love you, right? I understand this is the pathway you want to be on. You're going to be committed to this. And it turns into be like, I'm hearing the word lust, which in the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, it shows me like Venus and Aries energy. And where technically it's at its detriment because it's seen as like the father figure or the provider, the protector, the one that you're presenting yourself to. It's giving me the energy of the open portal, like the doorway is opening up, the 1111 energy. Thank you again, Brenda, for that. All right. So, yeah, I feel like your letter has been delivered. That's what it feels like. Like your letter has been delivered. All right. And then you receive whatever this inheritance is that you're supposed to be getting. All right. I don't know. I'm hearing like special delivery. That's what I'm hearing, like a special delivery. Like your message is being escorted directly to. Who is the archangel that has a direct connection to? Is it Oh gosh. Is it? Give me 1 second, because I have it like on the tip of my tongue. I just can't get it out. Standoff? Standophone? I can't get it out. Standophone. Yeah, standophone. So, Standophon is a figure from religious texts and various fictional works appearing as archangels in Jewish and Christian traditions, who is often associated with gathering prayers in other contexts. He is an angel of music or a being of diverse interpretation and theories. It says, let's see. You okay?
You stepped on something?
Oh no.
Let me see.
That's why you gotta put your shoes
That's
on.
why I be telling you,
babe.
you gotta wear shoes now, you know.
1 second, you guys.
Let me see.
You okay? She is not okay. Give me 1 second. You
I'm gonna
guys, let
text
me
my
look this
landlord.
up.
I said, I'm gonna text my landlord. I tell him that the nails are sticking up on his head.
I don't know. This could be coming through in the music. Like it's some sort
Okay, we
of
got
sound.
upstairs.
Yeah, thank you. I was trying to get it right. I feel like it's basically like
Yeah,
your
come on.
message is being delivered directly to God. That's what it feels like. All right. So it's like angels and or godlike powers in heaven to get your message across.
Yeah.
I hope I'm saying the right archangel here, but I feel like that's exactly who this is. I like it. All right, so I feel like your message is literally being escorted directly to source. Okay, give me 1 second, you guys. Let me close this door. I feel like there's just gonna be like this major shift overall that's taking place on your journey here, and how your message is getting across the source, or the message that you have about the love that you have for God, and the way that it's like your inheritances come through because you are committed to this. All right, let's see. Thank you, Naya. Yeah, and I feel like Spirit is going to promise you here, all right, that what you choose to create with the universe and this bond that you guys are going to have, it's like they're going to make that oath to you, all right, as long as you are staying committed to this energy, or at least let's call it a contract for now, okay? And the way that things come through for you and your spiritual blessings is how I'm hearing it. All right, like moving forward in the energy of innocence and being in an alignment and harmonizing the energy of your bloodline, okay? And after, I would imagine there could have been some sort of like family betrayal, because that definitely could be it, all right? Like your family possibly doesn't understand why you're on this specific path, or why you've aligned yourself with these things that are helping you make the shift of overall of how you've been healing so far. All right, but it's like guaranteed show gratitude, appreciation, thank yous to this man in higher power. All right, let's be clear. And I feel like through confession, through prayer, how you've been taught, how you've been assisted, how you be supported, all right, is going to be a major, major shift. And I see your determination taking you far. You have like belief in victory. I like this. I like this. This is good energy. Yeah, it's back at like thank you. Like you feel like you're cherishing the word of God or something like that. All right. Feels that way. Or just, I would imagine just having talks. All right. Like personal talks, or writing messages down, or opening yourself up to love in any way. Like being of service and or help to other people. That's what this feels like. I like this. All right. I'm going to do one more spread. All right, one more spread. Let's see. I see the Knight of Wands here. I feel like the shift is going to take place, and it's going to take place rapidly. Like, it's going to be quick. All right, yeah, Three of Pentacles. It looks like your challenge more so is finding the right community of people to work with, and or getting people in alignment with what you love to do for work. Because the Three of Pentacles would be like you holding a sense of authority around the pathway that you're on at this time, and what you do for work, or what you do for your occupation. All right, maybe there's some sort of learning here that needs to take place. All right, overcoming and seeing past illusions as well. Some sort of, I don't know, I'm feeling like this is like a secret society, secret organization, or something like that. All right, like something moves very, very quickly. Like you seeing past the BS overall. All right. The Page of Swords is because some sort of information that you've received, or something that you sought out to gain clarity with. Okay. Yeah, it kind of feels like you are moving at a very fast pace here. I see the Page of Swords just shows interest in something. The Knight of Swords, you catch on very, very quickly with something. All right, this isn't something that someone would be like, oh, well, I already know about all that. No, it has taken time for you to actually put in work, but you've accelerated very, very quickly in whatever this is. Okay. And it looks like the Five of Pentacles it could definitely be where it's difficult to put something. I'm hearing out in the media because I have a lot of like sword energy coming right before this Five of Pentacles. This is the Mercury and Taurus energy. So this could denote work in like travel, right? That's what I'm seeing. Like travel could be of significance. It could be work in the media or online or something. Anything that involves communication overall. That's what I see here. All right, so something's picking up very, very quickly, or whatever it is that you do. And if it has something to where people are seeking out information, they're coming to you because you know about what's happening here, specifically in connection to this workplace. All right. The Ace of Cups. I feel like you're changing people's feelings about whatever this is, or this is what you do. All right. You're helping others heal by finding out the energy of the truth about a situation that others are not open to. These are like brand new beginnings in the heart space, brand new beginnings in you speaking clarity, all right, on a situation. I see the Nine of Cups coming out in the same position. So this is like not having fear of what you hope to come true. All right, because these are like your wishes being fulfilled overall. And then I definitely see back to the Eight of Cups and where this was the challenge overall in the beginning. How are you emotionally withdraw from the energy of this father figure? All right, are you afraid of being in collaboration with this person any longer? Spirit is telling you it's time to move on is what it is. All right, so again, I feel like you've overall achieved some sort of goal here. I don't feel that you need to stay unless you're starting up your own business. I mean, are you opening up a church or something? This is what it's giving me. The Five of Wands. Why is there still conflict and or a challenge? Because it feels like there's some sort of manipulation or someone trying to come in and block you from the past. The Magician with the Six of Cups. This would be like you manifesting past something that you sought out in the past and still having to deal with those same challenges with the Five of Wands. Or feeling like there's still some sort of conflict in the energy overall. See what I'm saying? It goes from the Five of Wands to the Magician. That's a heavy manipulative energy that you've been carrying from the past and needing to release yourself with the Five of Swords away from the mental conflict. All right. I don't feel that you're going back and forth with anybody. I feel like people are seeking out information from you because of you knowing about this secret organization or someone that seems to try to hold you back in some sort of way. Because why is it coming out as the Five of Pentacles in the near future? You've got 555 out here. This is a major change that's about to take place because you are now attached to the energy of love and the energy of the truth, and you're receiving your wish fulfillment overall. But then it kind of feels like you have to walk away from this with the Eight of Cups. All right. Saturn and Pisces energy is taking place on September 1st, and where Saturn is currently in retrograde in the sign of Aries, once it reaches to this Saturn and Pisces at that 30th degree, let me just read the Sabian symbol out to you guys, because from the 26th to the 30th degree, it speaks about the realization of faith. All right, and it says here, it's the great stone face. It says becoming our own ideals. All right, so it says there is no right answer to or best version of anything. We make it all up according to how we feel or think that we should. Instead of ending our journey, we find that we have become the seed of yet another cycle of experimentation. And I feel like this is you recreating with source, okay? We idealize many things, which is love, truth, and God itself, for example, and this is how we become aware of our relationships with archetypes. The essential conundrum with which Plato and Aristotle wrestle without resolution is whether we create the archetypes or the archetypes create us. The exact same puzzle is posed in the Hindu scripture, which is the Mahabharata. Do we create God or does God create us? This is the mystery of life. And simply put, it is that life is a mystery, a paradox, and not within our grasp to understand. Life, God, oneself are all beyond our comprehension, and yet divine curiosity to know more of the eternal paradox is the very motivation that began it all and keeps it all going. What we see when we look is nothing more or nothing less than our own expectations. All right. So I see the Ten of Pentacles here. It's like, where do you see being on what side you choose to be on long term? All right. So this is possibly like a review of something that you've chosen to walk away from or emotionally detach from. All right. The Saturn and Pisces energy speaks about loss. And in the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, I'll read it out to you guys. It speaks about you having some sort of knowledge about the occult. All right, so it says the feeling of loss, situations involving hospitals or health clinics, work in the field of complementary therapies, which if you are a healer, you're helping someone spiritually overcome, all right, and or developing interest in the energy of the occult. Okay, so this is basically seen as like the dark person, but you understanding what it was that you have gotten or the secrets of this sort of organization or society, whatever it may be. All right, and I see you being committed to that. Four of Wands. All right, so this is the card that I was speaking of. It's like Spirit has heard your message. It's been expressed, delivered, and the portals are start opening up. This is like the 1111 portal. By the way, on November the 11th, as we seen November card come out earlier, Jupiter ends up going retrograde on this day. Okay, and Jupiter currently being in Cancer in its exaltation means that there's possibilities of opportunities. Jupiter is the planet of abundance. Wow, that was weird. Jupiter being the planet of abundance and prosperity and knowledge, right? Higher knowledge, all about spirituality. There could be a review there as well. All right, so let me just be clear here. November the 11th, Jupiter retrograde in Cancer at 25 degrees and 9 minutes. I'm just curious, really quickly, of what is the 26 degrees of Cancer and where we're going to start retrograding. Contentment and happiness, people reading on Davenports. This one speaks about aristocratic responsibility. Becoming an influential member of a society requires awareness of current trends of ideals and beliefs. All right, so this has a lot to do with your ideas, the beliefs that you have here, and the responsibility that it is to become an influential member of this secret society, quote unquote, right? So the portals are opening up here. That's what this feels like. So starting with Saturn and Pisces, it's going to say, okay, well, if there is the realization of faith, it's like, what pathway are you choosing to go down here? The Strength card with the Four of Swords and the Queen of Wands. I feel like the strength here is that you've already gained clarity about what has broken your heart or what seems to be separating you from your old beliefs. Now you lay down with the truth. Now there's this negotiation in which way are you taking here? How creative are you getting? Are you confident about this? Queen of Wands says, I'm going to do something creative. All right. Let's see. Don't be afraid to be the one to stand up and say something, because I definitely see the Empress shutting the mouth of this lion. Okay. That's crazy because I just heard, well, they're lying. The Moon card here shows that there's some sort of hidden enemy, all right, that was possibly working against you to keep you on this pathway of feeling unclear, and where if you are an intuitive, you've already saw what is of the unseen, okay? Meaning 12th house energy. That's where there has been some sort of sense of imprisonment. If Saturn steps back there and says, okay, well, you're going to be the one that helps with complementary therapies, meaning you need to overcome some sort of healing that's taking place collectively, this would be the one that says, I'm going to stand up. I'm not going to be afraid to open my mouth. Meanwhile, the Empress is telling you to shut it. No, I'm going to be the one to stand out and say whatever it is. All right. So Saturn's energy, I would see this as like the one that is restrictive, wants you to shut your damn mouth. That's not what you're supposed to be doing here. You're supposed to be getting everybody on the same pathway, right? So that King of Swords can definitely be Geminian energy. Uranus is currently in Gemini. Uranus is also going retrograde, which is happening on September the 3rd. All right, we've got a lot going on this month coming up with all these retrogrades. All right, Saturn retrograding back into Pisces. Mercury moving into this domicile in Virgo. So that means analytical, efficient, all the information, bringing that order of protection that you need overall in workplace. Jupiter trining over to the North Node on September 3rd. I apologize. Uranus is retrograding on September the 6th. All right, and that's happening at the 2nd degree of Gemini. So let's just take a look. 2nd degree of Gemini. How is this all starting? Because everything is coming into alignment, and all these retrogrades are pulling you right back to Gemini's energy, is the communication. All right, so Santa Claus filling stockings furtively. Spiritual blessings, all right? A childlike openness to the possibility of wonders brings unexpected gifts as though from magical sources. So with Uranus going retrograde, technically heading towards the 2nd degree right now, it's like this is Spirit reviewing you whether you should be receiving these spiritual blessings or not, okay? Big deal. Uranus is bringing change to the situation, revolutionary change overall in how you're receiving your spiritual blessings. Uranus will retrograde back into Taurus as Neptune and Saturn is also retrograding back into Pisces. But by 2026, We're officially going to be with Saturn and Neptune direct in Aries. Uranus is going to be direct in Gemini. Jupiter will be stepping out of its exaltation in Cancer and moving into the sign of Leo. And where Jupiter in Leo says, listen, this is all publicly coming out here. All right. Big deal. Jupiter in Leo is that Six of Wands energy. And where we've already seen this achievement here. Now let's fully move forward with this. I like it. See? And then there's that big celebration. All right, it's like Jupiter's energy wants the opportunity to open up, wants everybody to know about their spiritual values, wants everybody to know the knowledge that is available. All right, and you being the person to be the one that puts that out there, that gets you the energy of your spiritual blessings. You're going to be like a big deal out here. Okay, huge deal out here. And I see that being celebrated, and I feel that your kindred spirits are on the other side. They're clapping it up, and they're like happy that you're in alignment with your journey here. All right, yeah. So what I'm saying, there's a lot of celebration in the work that you were meant to do here. All right, crazy. I like this. Knight of Cups is like showing the love that is for this father figure. Let's just say this is God. All right, this is the love of God, and then finally having, you know, coming full circle with this. It's like doo 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 doo. They're calling you in. You see what I'm saying? I like this. Feels very positive. Judgment to the World card means that you're ready for that brand new beginning. The Fool card, you're ready for the brand new journey. We're all in alignment with where we're supposed to be, and or those that have been, let's say, quote unquote, chosen. Okay. All right, you guys, where am I at? Wow, I think I should let this reading go right here. I love you all, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.